Hello YouTube Pipers, Double O Pipe here, aka Rick. I have one last cigar. A Lancer, as someone told me. It's an Oliva Series 5. I'm not sure if I'm going to buy any more cigars. Out of all those that I've smoked, I've only liked about 2. Like I said, I missed the pipe. And the aroma around this house hadn't been the same since already it's stopped. And I just filled it up. Now that's got a completely different taste. Didn't mean to retrohale, but it came right through. Surprisingly, it didn't tear my throat or the back of my nose up, but still it wasn't as comfortable as retrohaling the pipe. All right. The reason I am here is today is the 10th. 5 days left in this giveaway. I have 17 people here who have said they wanted to make a video and enter the contest. All but 2 have made that video. So I'm going to remind you who the people are who signed up. Number 1, Armchair Piper. Number 2, Life with a Pipe. Number 3, Central Cal Piper. Number 4, Maine Northwoods Piper. Number 5, Cactus Piper. Number 6, Pipe Chats with Josh. Number 7, Pater Piper. Number 8, Wheelchair Piper. Number 9, Smarty Bob. 10, Paladin Piper. 11, Carolina Kirk 70. 12, Clay's 8122. 13, Pipe Man 1861. 14, Night Train Piper. 15, Porch Piper Tom. 16, Captain Kirk 32. 17, Jazz Piping. Now every one of these but these 2 have made a video. Number 11, Carolina Kirk 70. I haven't heard from them since they said they wanted to be a part of it. And number 13, Pipe Man 1861. I have not heard from him. Now, if you have done something, let me know, because I may have missed it. But those are the two who have not sent their or made their video. And I have not had one person who's watched any of these videos get back to me to let me know how many stars they put to them. So I guess you're going to make me, make the decision on my own, which I would prefer having everyone give me their thoughts on it before that decision is made. I'm going to go through one more time before, before the 15th, and watch them all again to get my own idea clear as to who I think is a good storyteller. So, if you want to be a part of it, please do a video. And I would appreciate those who watch these to give me some thoughts as to what they thought of the video. Because like I say, I don't really want to take a name out of a hat. That's not really fair to the people who took time to tell their story. There should be some judgment as to, or some feeling for the story that each person told. And the more thoughts I have, the better I can make my choice. This isn't a bad cigar. But I think I'm just going to go back to the pipe. I don't think I'm a cigar person. I was definitely a cigarette person, but not a cigar person. Just trying to think back to something that registers in mind, but nothing is coming to the forefront for me this time. I wish we had, when we went to, I could tell that. Once upon a time, I was a Cub Scout. Got me a few of those, I don't know, not medals, but whatever those badges were that you used to get for the things that you did. And I think I had kind of lost interest in it, so I didn't have a whole lot of merit badges, and I was getting older. And a friend of mine said, "You're too old to be a Cub Scout. You need to be a Boy Scout." I said, "I don't think I'm really interested in going any further with this. I've had my military career." I didn't say that. I had my blue uniform from the Cub Scouts and little Cub Scout hat and a little Cub Scout yellow cravat or whatever that thing was. And he said, well, you need to, Ricky. We're going to go camping this weekend, and I want you to come with us. I said, I've never been camping. What grade was this? This was about 4th, 5th grade. I'm not sure which. He said, if you want to go, you need to take a test to become a Boy Scout. I said, what kind of a test? He said, something to show that you are willing to work towards merit badges and all this kind of stuff, and that you're just interested in learning what what Boy Scouts do and all that kind of stuff. And I said, well, where are you going camping? He said, Camp Ho Nan Wah. I said, what's that? He said, it's a camp out there that the Boy Scouts go to whenever they get a group together to go camping. I said, you mean like in tents and stuff? He said, yeah, got tents out there. We're going camping. I said, build a fire and cook our own food? He said, yeah, we're going to go out camping. That's what camping is. I said, okay, what do I need to do? And he said, let me go talk to the principal. The principal of the grammar school was the man who was pretty much in charge of the scouts in the area, I guess, because with his okay, I was admitted into the Boy Scouts, or could be admitted into the Boy Scouts, as long as I answered a few questions and he thought that I was of the standard of Boy Scout. I just figured all you needed to be was a boy, but I guess not. Well, my buddy came running back and he said, he'll talk to you now. I said, now? I don't know what to say to him. He said, just go in there and talk to him and he'll tell you what you need to do. And I said, okay. So I went into the principal's office, and I don't for the life of me remember what he asked me. But whatever it was, he was okay with me being a member of the Boy Scouts and going camping with the boys that weekend. That's okay with me. I get to see what camping's like. So I met my friend at his house, and his daddy drove us over to Camp Ho Nan Wah, and I kept looking up at the sky. I said, I think it's going to rain. We can go camping when it's raining? He said, well, we got tents if it rains. It's not really as much fun when it rains, but we got tents. Well, his dad drove us over to Camp Ho Nan Wah, as I just said. We were admitted and told which tent to go over to, and we went to that tent. And we were just getting ready to build a fire to cook something to eat. And a big boom overhead, and then the sky just dropped out on the top of us, pouring rain. We ran to our tent. Come to find out, it was going to be raining all night and all day the next day. The tent was on the ground. And they don't call us the Low Country for nothing. At any rate, it was just raining harder and harder, and I looked up at the top of the tent and I said, look, there's a spot right here. He said, don't touch it. And I touched it, and it just started coming in. I don't know what I did, but obviously I had done something to the, I don't know, but the rain just started coming inside. And the scoutmasters came to every tent and said, "Come on, boys, we got to go." "Where are we going?" "We're going to go to the Y." "We're going to stay there like we're camping." Or at least go swimming, have a little fun. Well, we all jumped in the cars and drove into town to the YMCA. I had just, not too long before that, learned how to swim at the Y, so I was comfortable going in. And we all said, "Well, we weren't expecting to swim. We don't have any swimming trunks." Scoutmaster said, "That's fine. You can all get in the pool naked. It's fine." So we all went swimming naked. We stayed in the pool for about an hour, swimming and all that. I jumped in the 8-foot section just like a cannonball and splashed everything and came back up to the top and swam to the other end. And they blew a whistle after about an hour and said, "Okay, everybody out of the pool." So we all got out of the pool. Went into the locker rooms and got dressed. Said, "All right, we want you all to meet in this room in here, and we're going to get in touch with your parents to come get you if they're able. If they're not, we'll drive you home." There was this one guy, one man, who was with the scouts that I don't know. I didn't know anything about, pedophilia back in those days. Excuse me, that word's not something we use. But I didn't know anything about it. I don't think any of my friends did either. But there was one guy that liked to get a little too close to the boys. And he had one boy down, and he was unshaven. It was about a day's worth of beard on his face. And he pulled one boy's shirt up and rubbed his chin all over his stomach. And I thought, well, I don't want him doing that to me. Well, my folks, I don't think they called my folks. They called my buddy's folks, and they came in and got us. And do you know, anytime I've ever had a chance to go camping, the bottom falls out of the sky. I have never been camping when it hadn't rained. I've never been sailing when it hadn't rained. People stopped asking me to go camping or to go sailing. Oh, me. Too funny. So anyway, I don't remember a whole lot about it, to be truthful. Just that the rain started when we were going to go outside, build a fire, and cook. I don't think I've been swimming without my bathing trunks since, but we were all in there just free to the world and jumping in the pool. Ah, well. So much for a hazy remembrance of Camp Honanwa. Never went back there. Didn't stay in the Boy Scouts too long. Did go to a few meetings. Did acquire 1 or 2 merit badges. Easy merit badges. And I think I was in the Cub Scouts longer than the Boy Scouts. A little more enthusiastic when I was younger. Matter of fact, I don't remember anybody that stayed in the Boy Scouts. Don't remember an Eagle Scout from any of the folks that went in. Ah, well. I've got a list of names. I've read them out to you. 2 people still have not made a VR for entry into the giveaway. And I haven't received any word from anybody who has viewed any of the VRs to let me know what they thought of the stories. Those of you who have made one, I appreciate it and I enjoyed all of them. I enjoy a good story. And I always enjoy a good story of those innocent days that we had way back when. This is not really an easy draw. And it's all right. But I have come to the conclusion I am not a cigar man. So I don't think, I mean, it's possible I might buy one occasionally, but I don't think I'm going to get a dozen of them again and sit down and smoke one every day. Which means next time I make a video, I'm going to have a pipe in my face. I miss that tobacco. Not really keen on this tobacco. I don't have the taste for it, I guess. Excuse me. I mean, I didn't really like cigarettes all that much, but I thought I looked cool. Then I was addicted. I quit 2 times, both times cold turkey. First time I did it, 3 days of pain and sweats. And I was married, and my wife did not want to be around me because I was over in the corner saying, "Leave me alone, leave me alone." But I didn't light up anything for 3 days. And pretty much after that, I was okay. But I went back to smoking, and then we had a baby. And I said, I don't want him to grow up and see me smoking, because if he'll probably want to end up smoking himself, and I don't want him to do that. So I quit again. It wasn't as hard that time, because I knew I could get through it. And I did. And I didn't smoke around my son. And when he got to be a teenager, about 16, after telling people in restaurants and stuff, "Phew, you shouldn't be smoking, it's bad for you." Shut up, kid. Don't bother people. You don't talk to people like that. They have their lives to live, you have yours. Yep, 16, I caught him smoking. And he smoked up until about 5 years ago, I think. I don't know how much he smoked, but he smoked. And I would have, anytime I got together with him, I would smoke with him. And then he stopped smoking and started those inhalers, which I think are, from the medical reviews I've seen, they're worse for you than smoking. Wow. So now he smokes, or he doesn't smoke, but he inhales that vapor. And some of the clouds I've seen people put out after sucking in some of that vapor, wow, that's a lot of stuff. But anyway, I've asked him if he has looked into the detrimental effects of inhalers or vapes, and he just dismisses me. It's his life. What can you do? I'm just an old man who can only look on and pray for the boy and hope that one day one day before the bad effects of the vape can get to him, that he'll stop. But that's his decision. I can't make it for him. Heck, he's 51 years old. To me, he's still a boy. And he would not appreciate my saying that, but you know, when you have kids, they're always kids to you. I don't care what you say. The mother and the father always see them as children. I can't say I miss cigarettes, though. I miss smoking with him. I mean, I don't partake in the vape, but whenever he would smoke cigarettes, we would pick up a pack of Luckies, because Lucky Strike well, I don't know if it still is, but back then, that was a decent tasting cigarette. The only one that had any taste to me, really, Lucky Strike. And I would enjoy smoking with him. It's like drinking with Clyde. I quit drinking long ago. Clyde never did. I'm sorry to say. Anyway, let's not get maudlin here. I came on just to really remind everybody about the VR and the gift or prize to the winner, and ask them to please commit within the next 5 days. Sunday is the last day, and I'll let you know on Sunday what's going to happen after that. Thanks for coming by. I hope you had a smoke, either a cigar or a pipe. Pipe preferably, being this is a pipe community. And a beverage. I have coffee this time to go with this cigar. Take care of yourselves. God bless you till the next time. Bye-bye.